Hey everybody, welcome to another week of Southbound Live. We're so honored to come into your houses or wherever you're at watching this tonight. And man, we're going to start this show off with a song Pastor Clint wrote about heaven. Come on, join with us and sing.
Oh yeah. All right, all right.
They say that up in heaven, streets are made of gold, walls of jasper, gates of pearl, mansions for our home. But if the half has not been told, you believe that's true. Before you go, you should know a country point of view. I believe there's a creek that flows from a riverbank by a long dusty dirt road. My daddy's on the back of a big old pain like he loved to do back home. I see rolling hills where flowers fill a little country path. Yeah, I believe heaven will be a little something like that. All right, all right. They say that everybody gets a robe and crown, and when you get on up there, you can fly your way around. But if God gives desires to down-home country folks, we're from the South and there's no doubt we already know. I believe there's a creek that flows from a riverbank by a long dusty dirt road. My daddy's on the back of a big old pain like he loved to do back home. I see where flowers fill a little country path. Yeah, I believe heaven will be a little something like that. See, I don't care about all those fancy things. I hope that I find out that there's gonna be a little bitty creek that flows from a riverbank by a long dusty dirt road. My daddy's on the back of a big old pain like he loved to do back home. I see where flowers fill a little country path. Yeah, I believe heaven will be a little something like that. I believe a little something like that. I believe, yeah, a little something like that. Yeah.
No matter what you're going through, you need to know it's going to be all right. God has a way of making everything turn around for your good. Oh, yeah. It's going to be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
Yes, it will. Life has seasons that come around, and you'll find dreams can come crashing down. The news says crisis, no hope inside, but faith reminds us gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Everybody say it's gonna be alright. It's a brand new day. It's gonna be alright. Everybody say, don't give up the fight. It's gonna be alright. Oh yeah. It's gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. Alright. Listen, on this journey, you'll feel some pain. You'll feel some pain. Don't you worry. Don't worry about it. Things will change. Guaranteed it will. That's how life is. So hold on tight. Hold on tight.
a brand new day. It's gonna be alright. Everybody say, don't give up the fight. It's gonna be alright. Yeah, it's gonna be alright. Everybody say, it's gonna be alright. It's a brand new day. I know it's gonna be alright. Everybody say, don't give up the fight. It's gonna be alright. Oh, it's gonna be alright. Everybody say, it's gonna be alright. It's a brand new day. It's gonna be alright. Everybody say, don't give up the fight. It's gonna be alright.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be all right. God is going to do something great in your life. It's going to turn around, and He's going to get the glory. All the songs that we're singing here, help me out there, Brother Jody. Yes, all the songs that we're singing here on this broadcast and all the weeks that you're here, you can get them wherever you download your music. It's available for you. It'll be a blessing. And if you want to go to our website, southbound.live, I almost said Judah, where I pastor. Southbound.live, and everything is there. But you can be blessed, and I believe it will be a blessing. Amen? Brother Jody,
man,
what's
I'm
on your
so
heart?
honored. I'm honored, you know, I tell you guys this all the time, to be on this stage every single week. Pastor Clint Brown has been a friend over 25 years, and his music has blessed my heart for so long. And now we get to sing together, write songs together, and made me think a little bit of a song that we wrote together that we're going to do in just a few minutes. I think it's the best song on our project, and it's called He's Got a Way. And also, to my left is one of my best friends. We kind of grew up together. We were in choirs together, and we sang together for a long, long time. And Seth, you and I have been together through thick and thin. I mean, through...
since the mid-'90s.
Yeah, I know, through high school and graduations. And I remember, you know, one time you were going through a tough time, and I just thought to myself, you know, and I was single at the time, I thought to myself, I'm going to go to Florida, where you lived at the time, and still do. And I went out there, and I was like, man, let's hang out. And we spent a lot of time together. It's been one of those things and one of those relationships that we've had where we care about each other very much, and we love each other. And I know even to this day, you'll call me, you know, it might not be anything difficult. You know, like my son was sick over the summer a good bit, and you were calling me, and you're always saying, man, are you okay? How you doing? You're always checking on me. But over the years, I know your family real well. Your mom is like a mom to me. I love Miss Cindy, and she means a lot to me. And Mr. Ben, your dad, he meant a lot to me. Your brothers are like brothers to me. Your sister's like a sister to me. And I honestly, and I mean this from my heart, this is not something I'm just saying because we're on TV. I love you like a brother. I don't have any brothers, but you're as close a thing to a brother as I've ever had. And I know for many, many years, you've gone through some things in your life, and we've never really talked about it a lot, even though I wanted to be there for you, and I would always call you and be like, dude, just call. I remember one time, Pastor Clint was here in the area, and he and I were hanging out a little bit, and I almost came to tears as we were talking, and because you were going through a rough time, and we were like, we gotta help him. We gotta help him. Whatever we can do, we gotta help him, because I know no matter where our relationships have been, we always believe. I know he did, and I know I did. We always believed in you. But I just want you, I think it's important that you talk to the folks that are watching, and you just let them into your life a little bit, because they see us on these stages, man, and they think everything's just been great.
Yeah.
But probably my favorite song that we wrote together came out of your testimony. It says He's Got a Way, but you went through some hard times growing up.
Yeah.
And I want to just open it up for you. And I want you to just talk. Let's just talk about everything you went through, depression, all these different things that you went through. And let's go through that journey together, and that we might help some people. but at the same time, get to that part, man, where God sets you free. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Well, first of all, I love you guys too. I mean, I love that we're together and that we get to do this. And, you know, one of my favorite verses is when the Bible says, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And I think it's important that we share our testimony and let people know what God has done and what He's brought us through, and, you know, to encourage one another. And, you know, it started, I'm from a great family, and like you said, and you know, I don't think my parents, and I don't think my dad ever had ill intentions to hurt, but the Bible also says that there's power in your words and in the tongue. You know, there's life and death in the power of the tongue, and you know, joking and things can turn into, you know, words that can really hurt someone. And from a very young age, you know, that's kind of where it got to, you know, the words and jokes and those things just got to me, where then I started questioning, you know, am I good enough, you know, and then I started believing, you know, that everybody else would be better without me in their lives, and I, you know, my self-worth, I just didn't feel like I had any self-worth, and it just snowballed, you know, from a very young age of, you know, 11 or 12 years old, that you know, I started dealing with depression, and I was depressed, and even though people would see me, you know, I mean, I would go to church, and people would see me at church and even singing, but as you know, as soon as I would get off that stage, you know, I was always thinking about, you know, how depressed I was and how sad I was, and then you know, I started dealing and thinking about ways to take my own life, you know. I mean, and like I said, you know, this is, you know, being 12 years old, and that you know, that progressed and just stayed with me, and through seasons of my life, you know, there's some seasons that were a little better, but it was always just in my mind, and you know, I fought that for 26 years. 26 years that I would, you know, just in the matter of a moment, I would start thinking about, man, how could I do it? How could I be successful? I didn't want to end up somewhere, you know. And this is what's sad is, at a young age, I never wanted to end up into one of those places and everybody to know that I was in one of those places because I was depressed. But this is how God can, I mean, He can turn things. Even He knows what's best for us. And I was in the state of Texas, and I was working, and, you know, I was married. I had a wife and 2 kids, and, you know, but I was really just struggling with it. And the attack, you know, was in my mind, and it was so strong. And I came close. I mean, I came so close 3 times. I came so close to taking my own life. 3 different ways. I mean, it was just, man, it was just a dark season. And I finally reached out, and I told some people, listen, I need you to pray for me. I'm really getting close to this. And I reached out to my bosses, and I told them, listen, you know, I got to get some help, because I was that close and I was that desperate. And this is what was amazing. They thank God they got me something, and they took me to a place. But here's how God works. They didn't take me. I ended up not going to a place that was a ministry. It wasn't a church affiliated place. You know, it was just the mental hospital of that town. It was of the county, Smith County, in East Texas. But in that place, you know, I got counseling. I got more counseling in the days that I was there. We did the math one time, and I did more counseling in those 4 or 5 days that most people get in years. I mean, it's just constant. You didn't have anything to do, but they do group sessions. But this is what's amazing. They also assign 2 people to every one of us, and you know, people get different ones. They have several people that do it. But the 2 people that they assigned to me, when I did one-on-one with each of them, both of those people, when I started telling them, well, I was raised in the church, and I know God, and you know, I serve God, and I've done ministry, but my mind, and both of those people were Christians. You know, one was even a former missionary. But in that, God even had a way in the midst of that of placing people in my life that knew exactly what to say and give me the tools that I needed to change my mind. Yeah. You know, it's circumstances in life can change, but you know, it's in your mind that most people battle. They really do. And just like my mind was always so negative, you know, there's certain people that no matter what they face, you know, they can find strength in it, and they can be happy with it, and they can see the best of it. You know, Pastor Clint, you're one of those people. I mean, you faced a lot of things in your life, but it just seems like the resilience that you have, you know, is even when you go through things, it just makes you stronger. And you know, I'm glad to say that. I mean, I thank God. I wake up every day and I thank God that He made a way. You know, we started. You know, I had the thought of this song one night, and I took it to you in your house, and we started singing it, and then and started writing it, and then we sent it to you, and then a couple days later you were already scheduled to come, and then we started working on the verses, but you know, it simply says He's got a way of making beauty from brokenness. And my favorite line, you know, I actually had a different line, and you changed it, and it's my favorite line of the whole song that says He's got a way of breaking chains of hopelessness. And I think that's where a lot of people can get to. You know, my definition of the word hope is believing that things can get better.
Yeah.
And I think some people, that you know, you really find, you get into rough times, and then if you start to believe that this is it, that, you know, you lose hope because you start to believe that, man, this is never going to get better, things aren't ever going to change. You know, like the song we just sang, it's going to be all right. You know, our faith reminds us that things are going to be all right, and we have to have hope in God that He can change things. And so, you know, I'm so happy to still be alive.
Can I just tell you, as your friend, how I get emotional about this? I don't want to do that, but how proud I am of you, because I can't imagine life without you, and how proud I am that you stuck it out. And now we are able all the time. How many testimonies have we had emailed to us and sent to us? And we were at a major TV network the day the founder passed away, and your testimony that led to us writing that song ministered to that entire building, that entire staff. And I just wanted to tell you, and I know Pastor Clint feels the same way, we always talk about it, how proud we are of you. And every week when we're on a platform somewhere, or we're in a church somewhere and we're singing this song, your testimony, when people told you you would never amount to anything, even when you were going through that, I am so thankful that the God that we serve, He's got a way. I mean, and we're going to sing that song right now, and let's minister it to some people and just let them know, guess what? Your life's not over with. You might be going through the same thing as what Seth went through, but I promise you listen to the words of this song, you let it minister to you and bless you as we sing, He's got a way. Feel like hope is gone. Friends can't be found, and you're standing there alone. You say I'm at the end of my road. Just hold on tight, there's something you should know. He's got a way of making beauty from brokenness. He's got a way of breaking chains of hopelessness. When you feel like giving up, 'cause the road you're on is rough, just remember at the end of the day, He's got a way.
So don't ever quit, just hold on to faith. I promise it won't be more than you can take. I can't count the days he has brought me through. You would be amazed the things I've seen him do. He's got a way of making beauty from brokenness. He's got a way of breaking chains of hopelessness. When you feel like giving up, 'cause the road you're on is rough, just remember at the end of the day, you just hold on. He's got a way. Stand and be strong. He's got a way. It won't be long. He's got a way. 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 Yes, he does. He's got a way. He's got a way. He's got a way. He's got a way. He's got a way of making beauty from brokenness. He's got a way of breaking chains of hopelessness. When you feel like giving up, 'cause the road you're on is rough, just remember at the end of the day, when you feel like giving up, 'cause the road you're on is rough, just remember at the end of the day, he's got a way. He's got a way. He's got a way. Oh, yes, he does. There's not a friend like the lowly Jesus. No, not a one. No, not a one. None else could heal all our souls' diseases. No, not a one. Say, no, not a one. Jesus knows all about our struggles. He will guide till the day is done. There's not a friend like the lowly Jesus. No, not a one. No, not a one.
Maybe you're there tonight at that place that Seth was at. Maybe you think it's all over. Can I just tell you something right now before we leave your television and your life for this time? Whoever you listen to, you will eventually believe. And whoever you believe is the reality of where you will go in life. And you need to understand that God, His word is true. His word is promises. The Bible said Abraham, in spite of all the circumstances, didn't stagger at the promises of God. He always makes a way. Abraham said these words, I know that the one that promised me what he promised me was able to do what he said he would do. And so we're going to leave this broadcast tonight, and I want to leave it with you still hearing these words over and over and over. He's got a way of making beauty from brokenness. He's got a way of breaking, don't forget, chains of hopelessness. When you feel like giving up, 'cause the road you're on is rough, just remember at the end of the day, say it again, he's got a way of making, yeah, beauty from brokenness. He's got a way of breaking every chain of hopelessness. When you feel like giving up, 'cause the road you're on is rough, just remember at the end of the day, when you feel like giving up, 'cause the road you're on is rough, just remember at the end of the day, when you feel like giving up, 'cause the road you're on is rough, just remember at the end of the day, when you feel like giving up, 'cause the road you're on is rough, just remember